Welcome to the Consolidated Shales narrow gauge heavy haul railway. This is a working ore railway and the company hauls ores from the mine here at Consolidated down to the port of Harrison Point. 7 diesel outline locomotives and a fleet of heavy duty iron ore hoppers make this a very efficient operation indeed. This railway is 23.8 metres or 75 feet in length and is currently situated in its second location, being rebuilt at its current site in the early part of 2009. At the Consolidated mine, ore is loaded into the wagons by means of an overhead way hopper. The ore is then transported down the line to the unloading station at Harrison Point. Here the wagons are propelled through a special dumping facility. This dumper enables the wagons to be rapidly unloaded without the need for uncoupling. Each wagon has a set of 5 lifting doors on its west-facing side. These doors are automatically lifted open by the ramp seen here in the dumper building as each wagon passes through. The locomotive fleet currently consists of 3 4-wheeled single outline locomotives, one of which is a slave unit, plus 4 8-wheeled double outline locomotives, one of which is primarily used on work train duties and for shunting at the mine. Although each locomotive is different in appearance, all electrical components and controls have been standardised as far as possible. When not in use, the traction batteries on each locomotive is trickle charged through the socket shown here below the soul bar. The main discharge switch is situated next to it and is pushed down ready to start the engine. The sound unit furthest from the cab is started first, its switch being pushed down and released. The one next to the cab is started next. Each locomotive's main controls can be found on the associated compressor housing. These 2 switches are the direction-related traction control switches. When both switches are positioned to the right, the locomotive will move to the right, and when they're both positioned to the left, the locomotive will move to the left. These buttons are for the warning horn, and for the bell which must be sounded whilst the locomotive is moving around in yard areas at all times. 2 further switches are provided below the soul bar. These control the locomotive's head and tail lights. A set of jumper cables and dummy receptacles is provided at each end of each locomotive. This is so that it can be worked in multiple with any other locomotive owned by Consolidated Shales, as shown here. The safety and protection of its operatives, assets and infrastructure is of paramount importance to the management of the Consolidated Shales Mining Company, and to this end much attention has been paid to such things as the railway signalling system. Whilst working by line of sight is perfectly acceptable in yard areas, a method of working with a special token has been devised for use on the single track main line. The token prevents any possibility of head-on collisions. As it releases the yard exit signals, all drivers are required to be in possession of this token whilst any part of their train occupies the single line. Yard points are all hand operated and have a trailable run-through feature which speeds up many yard operations. Ore haulage on the railway continues to break all records, and the track needs to be maintained in an A1 condition. This machine helps to keep the permanent way operational 24 hours a day. This coach is used for line inspections and on-site meetings by the company's management teams. It has on-board kitchen and dining facilities, as well as a conference room and observation area. It's also fitted with jumper cables, which enables it to work within multiple locomotive consists, and has standard driving controls at the observation end, which enables locomotives to be driven remotely from it. In between ore trains, the logistics department of the company also runs works and supply trains to and from the mine as required. These supply trains keep the mine supplied with explosives, fuel and spare parts for mine machinery, as well as providing a method of delivering new machinery to the mine and for removing waste materials for disposal. The Consolidated Shales Narrow Gauge Society was set up to benefit local people and to provide a venue for members of the Association of 16mm narrow gauge modellers to run their own locomotives and stock. The Society owns 3 live steam locomotives, including this NG11 Garrett and 3 Vale of Rydal design carriages. Although first and foremost this is a serious ore hauling railway, track access is agreed in advance with the company's management. This enables the Society to hold open days when many visiting locomotives can be seen hauling enthusiast specials. The company is so enthusiastic about the Society that it clears the line of ore traffic and even provides the locomotive and match wagons to release the Society's stock at the mine. We hope that you've enjoyed this visit to the Consolidated Shales Narrow Gauge Heavy Haul Railway. Full details on all aspects of the operation can be found at the website shown on your screen.